In biology, we are going to be learning about reptiles. We're going to see what you guys can remember from week 10 to week 18. I hope you guys enjoyed the revision. Can you remember what is a reptile? Yes, snakes, lizards, tortoises, and crocodiles belong to a group called reptiles. Reptiles are cold-blooded. They also have skeletons and have tough skins made of plates or scales. Most reptiles lay their eggs. Their eggs are always laid on dry land. There are about 6,500 different kinds of reptiles. Scientists have sorted them into 4 groups: lizards, snakes, turtles and tortoises, and crocodilians. An anaconda snake can grow up to 10 meters long and be as heavy as a cow. Saltwater crocodiles and anacondas are both record-breaking reptiles. In week 11, we learned about lizards. The Komodo dragons are enormous lizards that live in Southeast Asia. They measure about 3 meters tall. These lizards are scavengers, but they also kill pigs, goats, and deers. Any animal bitten by a Komodo dragon will die. Predators catch some lizards by their tails. The lizard's tail can break off, but it will grow back in some time. Geckos are small tropical lizards that often live in people's houses. They can walk on the ceiling without falling off, thanks to the rigid pads under their feet. Geckos has no eyelids. They use their tongue to clean their eyes. In week 12, we learnt about crocodiles. Crocodiles hide underwater, sealing their eyes, ears, nostrils, and throat with special waterproof flaps. When an animal comes into the water to drink, it cannot see or smell the crocodile. The crocodile then suddenly explodes from the water and grabs the animal and drowns it. Salty is the name given by the Australians to the saltwater crocodile. They live in fresh water but are found in swamps along the coast. Some crocodilians are hard to tell apart. An alligator's snout is broad and rounded. A crocodile's is thinner and more pointed. Crocodiles are always growing new teeth. In week 13, we learnt about tortoises and turtles. Tortoises and turtles look very similar, but there are some differences. Tortoises has stumpy feet and live on land. Turtles has flippers, flatter shells, and live in the sea. They both have hard horny beaks. Tortoises feed on juicy plants and turtles snap up sea creatures. A tortoise shell is a suit of armor and makes it a heavy load. They crawl very slow, 0.5 kilometers per hour. Turtles can swim more than 30 kilometers per hour. Tortoises have lived on Earth for at least 200 million years. In week 14, we learnt about snakes. All snakes shed their skin. A snake sheds its skin every few months. Underneath is a brand new skin. A snake's skin splits at the snout and peels off like a long scaly sock. Snakes use their senses to track down their prey. They have good eyesight and their flickering, forked tongues pick up the smell in the air. Snakes' eyes never close because they have no eyelids. Their eyes are protected by a see-through scale. Some snakes, such as the boomslang and cobras, have a pair of sharp, hollow fangs. Snakes use their fangs to inject poison into their prey. A snake has 29 bones in their backbone. They can have up to 400 bones. That's a lot, eh? In week 15, we learnt about where reptiles lay their eggs. Female turtles lay their eggs in holes on sandy beaches. 2 months later, the eggs hatch and the tiny turtles dig up to the surface and scuttle to the sea. Turtles lay their eggs on moonlight nights. They lay up to 100 eggs. A snakeling is a baby snake. Most snakes lay their eggs. Some give birth to live young. The mother does not care for the young. Snakelings can take care of themselves. Mother crocodiles guard their nest. The mother helps the babies hatch, then gently carries them to the riverbank in her jaws. In week 16, we learnt about camouflaged reptiles. A leaf-tailed gecko hides on the tree branches. It has a ragged shaped, flat body, bark-like skin, and a tail shaped like a leaf. This helps it to blend in. A leaf-tailed gecko lives in a rainforest of Australia. No animal can fail to see the coral snake with its red, black, and white stripes. The bold colors warn the other animals that it is venomous. Chameleon skin color changes to match their surroundings. It takes about 5 minutes for a chameleon to change its color completely. The milk snake has the same color stripes as the deadly coral snake, but in a different order. The milk snake is harmless. It is not poisonous. In week 17, we learnt about reptiles scaring their enemies. When a frilled lizard is threatened by predators, it raises a flap of skin around its neck and opens its mouth and hisses. The lizard is quite harmless, but it makes itself look large and fierce. Why does a rattlesnake rattle? If large animals get near a rattlesnake, it tries to warn them away. It makes a buzzing sound by shaking the dry, scaly rings on the tip of its tail. The chuquala lives in the rocky desert of North America. When it is frightened, it hides away in cracks and rocks. The Australian blue-tongued skink scares the enemies by sticking out its extraordinary blue tongue. The grass snake puts off its enemies by pretending it's dead. In week 18, we learnt about desert reptiles. Many animals won't survive in the desert, but reptiles are well suited to the dry habitat. Their thick, scaly skin locks in every drop of water and stops them from drying out. They can also survive on little food. The sidewinder rattlesnake moves easily over loose, sandy ground. The snake makes a S-shaped loop and moves sideways. How does a desert tortoise cool down? The desert tortoise hides in underground burrows during the day. The tortoise urinates on its back 2 legs, and this lets him help cool down. A desert tortoise can go more than a year without a drink of water. Can you imagine going a year with no water?
That's all, folks.